Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of my YouTube series, Proverbs: God's Encouragement for You. If you haven't watched the previous videos, I definitely encourage you guys to go check out the other videos of the last 3 chapters, as it will help you guys to follow on with this series. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, as we open up into chapter 4, I want to do kind of a recap of chapter 3. I talked about how in chapter 3, one of the biggest themes in there was trusting God with our whole entire lives, with everything that we have. Just what it says in chapter 3, verse 5 through 6, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. Just making that emphasis on trusting God with everything that we have. So we see here in chapter 4, we have a new, it's still talking about wisdom, but we're seeing it from a whole different perspective. So it's titled A Father's Wise Instructions. So this chapter is coming from the perspective of a father talking to his children about wisdom and how to gain wisdom. So let's open up with reading the first 9 verses of this chapter. It starts off saying, "Hear, O sons, a father's instructions, and be attentive that you may gain insight, for I give you good precepts. Do not forsake my teachings. When I was a son with my father, tender the only one in the sight of my mother, he taught me and he said to me, let your heart hold fast my words. Keep my commandments and live. Get wisdom and get insight. Do not forget and do not turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not forsake her and she will keep you. Love her and she will guard you." Excuse me, I am so sorry. "Do not forsake her and she will keep you. Love her and she will guard you. The beginning of wisdom is this." Sorry. The beginning of wisdom is this. Get wisdom, and whatever you get insight. Prize her highly, and she will exalt you. She will honor you if you embrace her. She will place on your head a grateful garland. She will bestow on you a beautiful crown. So we see here, we open up with a father explaining to his son about wisdom and teaching wisdom. One of the notes I have in my Bible says here, the Old Testament, the priests taught the law of God and the prophets declared the word of God. But the fathers and mothers gave their children the wisdom of God. Their tone is urgent. The beginning of wisdom is this. Get wisdom. The strong expressions hold fast, keep, get, love, prize, and embrace set the tone of this section. We grow wise not by brains, but by bold decisiveness. Do we want the mind of God ultimately revealed in Christ? We must receive his wisdom through the gospel. Getting it at all costs, but not getting it would be cost us infinitely more. So we see here, it's talking about how important it is to get wisdom, not just through brain knowledge, but through decisions, through decisiveness, making those decisions. That's how we gain wisdom. But also through the teachings of our parents, we get wisdom through that as well. And it's so important that we get that. I think verse 7 just really sums it up really well too. It's saying the beginning of wisdom is this. Get wisdom. And whatever you get insight. So I love how they put this, but like with wisdom, there is insight. Because when we gain wisdom, there is insight into that wisdom. And that's so important to understand. Because wisdom by itself it can be dangerous in a way, but we must have insight and knowledge of that wisdom to fully comprehend what we're learning. So let's open up through 10 and 19. Starting in verse 10, it says, "Hear, my son, and accept my words, that the years of your life may be many. I have taught you the way of wisdom. I have led you in the path of uprightness. When you walk, your step will not be hampered, and if you run, you will not stumble. Keep hold of instructions. Do not let go. Guard her, for she is your life. Do not enter the path of the wicked, and do not walk in the way of the evil. Avoid it. Do not go on it. Turn away from it and pass on, for they cannot sleep unless they have done wrong. They are robbed of sleep unless they have made someone stumble. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the righteous is like the light of dawn, which shines brighter and brighter until full day. The way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They do not know over what they stumble. So this passage right here is so cool. I love how they make it kind of like a metaphor. They make it in a way that we can like kind of comprehend it in like a physical form, if wisdom could be in a physical form. And just right off the bat, 18 and 19, I love how they put it. But the path of the righteous is like the light of the dawn, which shines brighter and brighter until full day. The way of the wicked is like a deep darkness. They do not know over what they stumble. So just like what we talked about in chapter 3, about trusting God with our whole entire lives, trusting that everything we have, He is our light. And when we trust God and He shines that light into our lives, it helps us to see the path that we're on, so we do not stumble on that path and know exactly which direction we go, so we don't go down the wrong path. But those who are foolish and are not wise, the wicked, they live in darkness and they can't see what they're doing. They live just dangerously and carefree, and it's so dangerous. And I just love how like they put such a metaphor on this, such an emphasis on saying don't live foolishly, don't be stupid is basically what it's saying. And it's really cool to see how they just put this together. Verse 14, do not enter the path of the wicked and do not walk in the way of the evil. Avoid it, do not go on it. Turn away from it and pass on. I love the emphasis of not walking down that bad path, because that's what being a Christian is. The world is going to try to get us to go down one path, but are we going to follow the world or follow God? That question that I asked before, we have two choices, follow God or follow the world. But the world lives in utter darkness. Like, imagine walking into a cave without a torch or a flashlight. It's dark. There's a lot of jagged edges that you could trip on, hit your head on. It's very dangerous. But when you have that flashlight, you can easily maneuver around all those things because of your flashlight, the light that you have. And that's exactly what God is in our life. The last couple verses, 20 through 27, we see here says, my son, be attentive to my words. Incline your ear to my sayings. Let them not escape from your sight. Keep them within your heart, for they are life to those who find them, and healing to all their flesh. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life. Put away from you crooked speech, and put devious talk far from you. Let your eyes look directly forward, and your gaze be straight before you. Ponder the path of your feet, then all your ways will be sure. Do not swerve to the right, to the left. Turn your foot away from evil. This passage, I feel like it just sums up all of Proverbs here, of talking about wisdom. It's like, it's so simple, but so complex at the same time. Like, I highlighted 24 and 27 saying, put away from you crooked speech and put devious talk far from you. Let your eyes look directly forward and your gaze be straight before you. So this is another reference of like speaking wise words to people, but also be encouraging to people. Don't be putting people down with your words, but be lifting up, just as Christ did. In the Bible, we never see Jesus talking down about someone. If he ever talked down about anyone, it was probably the Pharisees, but he was doing it out of love, saying like, what are you doing? You need to stop doing this. You guys are living in sin. You guys are living the wrong way. But he was doing it out of love. He would never do it out of spite for anybody. And that's kind of what it's saying here. Like, put away that crooked speech and the devious talk far from you. Don't let that come out of your mouth. Because the only thing that's going to help is encouraging people and lifting them up. Because when they see that, they'll see that you're different and be like, why would you help someone like me? And then verse 27 saying, do not swerve to the right or to the left. Turn your foot away from evil. We talked about like when you live in darkness, you could easily fall down the wrong path going right or left, but you can't tell which one is which. But if you have your flashlight, you know which way to go. You go straight forward. You don't fall to the right path that could lead you down a dark, scary woods that are full of jagged rocks and stuff, or a cliff on the other side. You can see it easily with that flashlight, with that light. And that's what it's saying here. And I just love how they sum this up. It's so good. Like, especially seeing it from the eyes of a father talking to his son. Just like a father talking to his son, this is God talking to us, his children, about how we should live our lives and how we should be wise with how we live our lives and be attentive to what we do and what we say. So if there's anything that you guys get out of this video, I want it to be that you guys be attentive, be wise, and be discerning about what you say and what you do in your life, because in the end, you will leave tracks, but those tracks can lead other people down the wrong path too. So make sure those tracks that you leave are leading people down the right path, not the wrong path. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope this was encouraging for you guys. I know this has been an encouragement for me. If you guys like these videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. And feel free to send me any comments. If you guys have questions, I would love to answer them. But I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you haven't watched the previous videos, I definitely encourage you guys to go watch episodes 1 through 3 on chapters 1 through 3 before watching this one, just so you guys can get caught up with that. And I will talk to you guys soon. God bless you guys and have a great day.